Okay, so on Thursday, that's tomorrow, excuse me, this is due, it's, your brainstorming, so I just had an idea that I would work with, so my idea that I'm gonna work with is that, why do people call you nuts if they think you're crazy? How did nuts get that rap? So I have a piece of paper, so I'm gonna do some brainstorming, like, do I want, and I also have this, I printed both of these from the internet. I didn't have any nuts anymore. So, do I want the walnuts to be what I'm thinking, and I'm gonna do is have a walnut that cracked, and then other walnuts leading. And so I'm thinking, do I want to make them anthropomorphic and give them legs, maybe? So let's try walnuts. I'm just going to draw. For thumbnails, you just need to have a basic shape. You don't need like details. You want to put details for your own benefit. That's fine too, though. So let's see if we get this walnut some legs and maybe some shoes. Yeah, looks more like a person. So, so maybe that's a walnut that's walking away. The one that's like cracked is going to say something like that. Just because I'm cracked, so write that down. So your brainstorming can be whatever you want it to be. Some images, some text, scribbling, if that gets you started. So just because I cracked. Okay. And maybe he's saying that to some other nuts, and then maybe, because you want your piece to be narrative, so when somebody looks at it, you want there to be just even a bit of a story, like the drawings of Sandra Lowe in the module. I have to talk louder because my last video was very muffled. No one's here, it's just me, and I think that's part of why then I end up mumbling. So just because I cracked, and then maybe he's thinking like, just wait, one day you'll crack too. Okay, so I don't have to put all of that in there, but some ideas. So now, are they outside? Are they inside? Don't know. So let's see. Maybe they're in a room, and let's see. The room is going that way. And maybe there's a door, so they're like headed out to a door. Exit here. And that would just be cut off by the picture plane, maybe. And so maybe here's the nut that gets cracked. That's why I have this. It's a cracked nut. But if I'm drawing, is this his front or his back? I can make it his back. So I'm just going to show that it's cracked. And he would have legs. He would just be standing there straight because it's like, what? All right, now, is his cracked shell over here. Is fall off and it's right here, so it just happened. Yeah, I think so. So maybe this is kind of at an angle. So and so we just go there. Okay. And then there's he might need to be bigger. So I'll see. And there's got to be nuts walking away from him. So let's say this is the closest to him. And he's a nut, so he's maybe split on this side. Maybe he's just going to have some. And just to give you an idea of what, maybe he's kind of a short, squatty. He's walking away. Well, he gets like he's going in the wrong direction. He wants to go in that direction. I think I'm mumbling again. All right. So now I have to speed this up because I'm spending too much time talking doing this. Well, I kind of have some ideas of what I'm going to do. Maybe, you know, maybe I want it to be outside. Maybe like maybe there's some picnic tables outside or something. And let me see that one. And then maybe there's like plates with food or cookies or something on here, some drinks. And no. And then they would be walking away, leaving. And this character would be over here saying, just because I cracked, you're leaving. Maybe his hands are up. What? Okay, so my idea so far is that this nut cracked and everybody, all the other nuts are going to leave. And I might have some checks in it. Maybe one of these. Maybe he won't be saying it. Maybe he'll just be thinking it. And if you use text, you want to be deliberate about it. You want to plan it out. These are just thumbnails, so I can just make that bigger. Excuse me, I think I got the camera. Just because I correct. I would fit it in better. And what I would do is I would find a font that I liked and printed it out and then use that as my pattern. That's what I would do. So, and it's really a silly idea, and I want to even push that and make it seem serious. I think I'm going to give it like a scroll, like some sort of I might look scrolls up so I can get some sort of ornate. And on here it'll say, like in calligraphic text, it'll say it's nuts to be crazy. No, it's crazy to be nuts because no reason, just because it's crazy to be nuts. This is too close, but these are just thumbnails. And so that this would have some substance to it. And I don't really want it to be part of the picture frame. Maybe it's just gonna float above. So I think I'm ready to do my thumbnails. So this is my brainstorming sheet. And now I'm gonna do some thumbnails. Sheet. I could also just do it on the back. So, well, no, I don't want to look at that. So now I want to have a ratio of 2 to 3. So I don't want to do 2 to 3. That seems really small to me. So I'm going to do them 4 to 6. So I'm actually going to measure it so that I'll have the right proportions to the paper. I have a 16-week course that does all of this in twice the amount of time that you do it. It's a 16-week class, so I'll probably let them watch this demo and then do the drawing. Oh, I didn't measure right. 4 by 6. So I'm trying to make it vertical. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. But this is not 6. So that kind of works out because I can put my scroll at the top and flip this over. That's 4 by 6. Probably should have drawn these before I started. I kind of didn't prepare because I wanted to just do it the way you would be doing it, which is just like think of an idea in your head and then you start sketching something of what you might think it would look like. So I'm going to go ahead and do a couple more, but I'm going to do a horizontal, 2 more horizontal ones. So these would be 6. Go this way. They don't have to be perfect like this. So now I know that's 4. So I'll go ahead and draw that. And then I'll try to scoot this over so I can give that more space. And so I know that the pages are about this shape. So let's see. The one that's out indoors, I think I'm going to try it in here and maybe have this. And here's the corner of the room and door so that you get the idea that this is a large space because that door is far away. So do I want the figure facing me or no? I think it's okay like his back fell off. That's fine. I'll do that. I'll do that. So I think he needs to be a little bit bigger than I had him in comparison to the leading. So his legs won't fit in. I make him there. Well, I'll just raise him up. And I didn't place room for the banner. Well, I just won't have one in this thumbnail because it's about working out different ideas. So maybe make it a little smaller so that I can put the legs in. So that's a good shape for that. Legs, and it has some thighs, and it's just kind of standing there. Looks like he's moving. I guess I don't really have to fix those things because I can work those things out in preparing the drawing. So he's, exposed. So, on top. Oh, somebody joined me. Who is it? No, maybe not. Got somebody in. All right, so now I'm just showing the exposed part. And again, if the broken part should be down here more, so maybe it's going to bleed off the page. Did somebody join me?
Hi, yes.
Who is it?
Anna Martine, I'm in your
Oh, okay. So I'm recording, so I'll quickly go over. I'm doing the brainstorming sheet. I had this I just thought, okay, I'm gonna try to do what you would have to do, which is just think of some idea, just a shell of an idea. And so I'm gonna do, it's silly, but whatever, nuts, walnuts, and this walnut is thinking everybody's gonna leave him. There's gonna be a crowd of nuts leaving because he cracked. He's gonna maybe be thinking just because I cracked. And sillier, I think I might have a banner that says it's crazy to be nuts above the drawing. So we'll see. I talked about how I'll probably go through with the whole drawing, but I won't finish it as fast as you guys because I have a 16-week class. So I'll probably do the demo for them of the actual political cartoon. So I'm doing three thumbnails now because you have to do a brainstorming sheet and then you do some thumbnails. And I did one vertical and two horizontal in proportion of 2 to 3. I think that's right. Anyways, you can measure your page and do it proportionately. So this is further away in the background, and I'm gonna just maybe I would make this a little dark. And so this is the nut who cracked. I downloaded, I didn't have any walnuts, so I just downloaded an image. And I also downloaded an image of what the outside shells look like, but you don't really need details. You just kind of want to get the placement, the composition, and the format. Format is it horizontal or is it vertical? Is it a rectangle or is it a square? So later in the semester, you'll have the option of making your page smaller and making it into a square, but for now, everybody's still doing rectangles. So here's this guy, and his shell is just sort of like rolling here where it fell off because the back part fell off. So now all the other nuts are going to be leaving. And I gave them legs to make it more sort of anthropomorphic. So like more nuts over here that are on their way out the door. Well, it might be too big for the door. He's still in front of the door. And so they need their legs. And so I was kind of giving them some shoes too. And I would work out these details more as I was actually doing the sketch to do the actual drawing. And this doesn't go really well anymore. It looks too small. So I might like it better if this wasn't bleeding off the page. And I think I need more nuts to make it seem like there's people leaving or maybe not. I don't know. So that's why you do thumbnails, so that you can draw it different ways. And it's easy. You can erase if you want and work out something different maybe. Maybe I'm going to have them more centered over here. Set it out that way. They're too big. Have to get smaller. So that's one thumbnail. Yeah, I like that setup better than when they were over here. And I still don't like that, but he might be too big, so I'm going to do it again over here, and I'm going to make him smaller and try that. And I think I do like the angle that I used here, so I'm going to sort of replicate that, maybe move this over and move this door over so I have more space of where they're going. So I did mention one of the things is that you're going to be doing, so even though it's called a political cartoon, you know, it can be like silly or it can be serious, and there's samples on there. So here, the door. I forgot what I was, my point was, but that's kind of what happens when I'm drawing and talking at the same time. So I'm trying to think of what I'm doing. I want this smaller this time. Maybe I'll draw the shell first this time. And maybe the shell fell off his back. And it's just kind of like laying there. And he would be in front of it, and maybe you don't see the bottom of that foot. That one. There's this. And about big. And you can see his, he's an open nut because it's cracked. So can you see what I'm doing? Yes. I think so. When I look at the screen,
Yeah, I can see it.
all right. So I'm using a number 2B pencil because I can sharpen it, and since I'm drawing small, I want to keep my pencil sharp so that I can see what I'm doing. But I also have this because at some point I might want to work on some of the values. So not right now though. So now I'm going to put the people headed out the door. And I think that maybe they could be starting here. And okay, that's a different kind. I like that one too. So maybe they don't need legs. That's another thing. Maybe I'll try that over there. But he has legs, so I'm going to give these guys legs. And I think the shoes help to give the direction that they're walking. So there's little details like that that can make an image narrative, to push the story. So, and when I talk about narrative, it doesn't have to be like something's happening. It can just be a snapshot of, leftover food on the table. So that's 2 thumbnails. Now you're required to do 3 thumbnails. And I was going to do this one with the no, no legs. So, and I have to reconfigure the room because it's a different format. So do I want that space up there? Probably, but not that. Okay, so maybe the door will be here. And it's a really big room. Or maybe I want to bring it down and do this one with that banner idea. So let me erase that. And put my little scroll with "It's crazy to be nuts" in calligraphy. I'll look up some font and print it out so that I can have a template. I might even just like trace it, that part of it. So then that moves this down, but not too much. So door, make it a little wider this time. And corner of the room, and it would end, just sort of maybe dissipate with the soft edge. Now my character, I'm going to draw the shell first again. Maybe do I want it on this side of him? No, I like it better with it to the left. So if the shell's going to be here, then he's going to be here, and his legs too. Kind of like that because it kind of gives the illusion of the shell also sort of being his shadow. although I'll probably give him a shadow too. So, and he's got his insides showing. He doesn't have legs. That's right. So I drew him too high. I was thinking he was going to have legs. I want him to be closer to his shell. And actually, shell part. And this would be broader. And then he would be more here. So that's, and he would have a shadow, but I'm not going to worry about that now because I'll have to see where I want to have a light source from. So now I need my crowd leading, or doesn't even have to be a crowd, it can just be maybe here too. All right, so I like that one. I'm surprised. I thought that I would like these better, but I do like this one. Maybe I need a little more space between here, but I could work that out in my actual. So this gives me a good idea of what I want to do for my final drawing. The one other thing that I want to do, I'm thinking, is put in quickly some values. Now, the walnuts would probably be dark, which means then I don't want to have a dark floor. And depending on what, maybe I would use gold ink for this. You guys don't have gold ink, but I do. So I might use gold ink for that. And then maybe this would be start dark and lightning as it goes up, but maybe if I to do that, I would maybe bring it down just a tad. So that there'd be a little bit more space. So just kind of give myself an idea of where my darks might be. And I would, hope maybe get some darker dark. So if this is my darkest wall, then maybe the light's coming from here, which means then that this shadow's going to be over here. Oops, it was drawing this thing. So and then each of these would have their shadows. So I'm going to want this floor to be white. And I'll see, maybe, I don't know. So I think I have enough. So that's basically all you have to do. I don't know what I did over here. I closed these windows. Okay, there we are. There it is. So anyways, Anna Marine, Martine is your last name, right?
It's my middle name, but I usually go by Martine actually.
Oh, okay. All right, Martine. So do you have any questions?
No, I'm actually not in this class, but I saw you posted the Zoom, so I just kind of.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're in my in the 16-week class. So you'll see the finished piece then.
Oh, awesome.
Because I'll do the Zoom about the political cartoon that week, because usually I do the Zoom about what the most important assignment that week. Last week I made a mistake and I skipped ahead to the end of the module and I did the shoes. So I thought, well, I'm just going to keep like working ahead. So
Yeah, it was cool to see, something to look forward to for my next class.
all right, so this, you guys won't get here for a while because they're doing everything twice as fast. They're halfway done with the class. They're doing it all in 8 weeks and you guys are doing it in 16 weeks. So they're on unit 4 and you're on unit 2, I think, right? Or module 2, yeah. So you still have another whole module 2 weeks before you.
Oh yeah, we are on module 2. Yeah.
I think like 3 weeks before you actually do this, but you can start thinking about it, you know. And you could just like look on the home page in the modules and you could see the political cartoon because I already made it live on your yeah, I made it live on your Canvas.
Oh, okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah. Oh, I think, was that somebody else that just came on? I think so.
No, that was my, sorry, that was my email.
Okay. Oh, I was like, oh, somebody else. It's like, I get on and I do this stuff and it's like nobody's on here. But all right, so I'm going to end the recording. And did you have any